Alright, this is a new kind of video content that I've been meaning to work on for a while now. Reaction content is something that I've always wanted to do, but never really felt the need to do so until this. The new Pokemon Scarlet and Violet overview trailer. I haven't been this excited for a Pokemon game since Pokemon X and Y, or even recently, Arceus, since it kind of has an open world, but it doesn't at the same time, but you're free to explore wherever you want, and but now it's like an actual thing in a mainline Pokemon game. And I am kind of losing my mind because like this has been one of the things that I've always wanted since I was a wee little young child, and now we're actually getting it. Like, what? It feels unreal. It feels whack. It feels like this should have happened a long time ago with Sword and Shield, but thanks to that game's presumably rushed development, given, you know, how the end product turned out, it should have been just Sword and Shield. Not to say that Sword and Shield is a bad game, it's a mediocre one at best, and yeah, it's a bad one at worst. But like the DLC made it good, but if it wasn't for the DLC and if you just had the base game on its own, then it would just it wouldn't be any more different than what you played on 3DS, or it would just be way more linear than what you played on 3DS. I don't know. And I've only played a little bit of X and Y, and I played the Gen 3 remakes on the 3DS, and I didn't play Sun and Moon, and anything else that came out on 3DS, honestly, I kind of fell off. So I was really hoping that with the launch of the Switch and no other console, that the Pokemon Company and Game Freak would put all the resources into making an actual open world Pokemon game, but we ended up getting Sword and Shield, and then Arceus, and now we're here with Scarlet and Violet, and it's actually fucking open world. Holy fuck! We're in a new region, in a new mainline Pokemon games called Paldea. It looks, you know what, graphically it isn't too pleasing to the eye. It looks better than Arceus did, okay? It looks way better than what Arceus did. It doesn't compare to something like Breath of the Wild, for example, but like that's okay. It just looks better than Arceus, and that's what matters. I'd say it even looks better than Sword and Shield, especially with its like architectural differences and like the stylized characters. I don't know, the character designs were something of a grievance for me in the beginning because it's not the sort of Ken Sugimori style that we've always been accustomed to even nowadays. And it looks like they got a new character designer and character modelers and shit like that. Like, they look different, and to me it was off-putting up until this recent trailer where like everything started to like sort of click into place. I don't know, everything looks nice. It looks pleasing to the eye. They like the new character models look good. They look cute. They look like extremely friendly and extremely pleasing to the eye. Not only that, but they look like they got actual, work put into them and their textures, and so do the Pokemon as well, because something that was a big talking point when it came to Sword and Shield was the fact that they were quote-unquote remaking new Pokemon models with high quality animations. Yes, search that up. That's an actual fucking grievance, and one that I agree with, because when you look at the Pokemons from Sun and Moon to Sword and Shield, nothing really changed at all, like polygon wise and texture wise. But in this new Pokemon game, you can actually see that there's been some texture differences in a lot of Pokemon. Like you see a fucking Seviper with actual scales to him. You see some Pokemon with some like roughness to them. You can see the fluff. You can see the actual like real life animal textures to them. Like you can see Magnemite actually having some metallic qualities to him instead of being this sort of cel-shaded quote-unquote metal thing. You can actually see the metal now. It's pretty fucking cool. You can actually see in some shots that they actually like spent the time to use motion capture on some characters instead of using the same ones from Sun and Moon, which they also reused in Sword and Shield with how like it's Hop 2, fuck. I can't think. I'm fucking excited. This is huge. And you also have the battle gimmick on this time, Terralization, which at first kind of seemed a little ridiculous, but when you really think about it, it's actually a really good kind of mechanic, as it brings like a lot of differences that, like, let's say Mega Evolution and Dynamaxing didn't bring to the table. Like the fact that different Pokemon have different Terra types and it's not exclusive to their type, it's pretty cool, and it's something that it's going to mix up a lot of gameplay scenarios. Because think of it this way, you have a Quaxly and a Fuecoco and they're fighting each other, so like, you know, water is effective against fire, and then let's say the fucking Fuecoco that you have terrorizes into a grass type, so he can beat the Quaxly now because he's now a grass type Fuecoco. It brings a lot of mix up into the situation, as you don't know what Pokemon Terra type is until you actually see it, and it's pretty fucking cool. It's a proper mix up to the game's balance, to the game's combat, and it's not like, oh, now your Pokemon is overpowered for a certain amount of turns, and that's literally it. That's what Mega Evolution and Dynamaxing has been. This is substantially different, and it's something that can actually mix up battles. It's pretty cool to think about. Fuck, my mind's going all over the place. And then you have the open world itself. Apparently you can go to whatever gym you want at whatever time that you want as well. And like, fuck. That's always been a thing, because like ever since, like, what Pokemon show was it, Pokemon Generations or something like that, Pokemon Origins, where it's like they show you the origins of Red, like the trainer, and he goes to different gyms, and he goes to one that is out of order, and like the gym leader goes like, oh, how many badges do you have? And he's like, oh, I got like this many. He's like, alright, and he picks a team to equivalent the amount of badges that he has. Like, I hope it's like that. But the fact that you can go to any gym at whatever fucking time that you want is a pretty fucking, it's cool. It's cool as shit, okay? I really want to see where the starter town is. If it's in the middle of the map, that's probably gonna be the best option to begin with, because like that means when you leave the town, you can go exactly wherever you want. It's like Breath of the Wild. I genuinely hope it's like that, but from what we saw, it's like on the riverside or on the seaside, so it's probably gonna be like you making your way up the region instead of starting from the middle, which is what I hope. I hope I'm wrong, but you never know. The game's not out yet, so. But apparently not only can you just do the gym challenge, you can also find other side stories that are as big as the Pokemon gym challenge or bigger. They said 3, so we'll see about that. They didn't show an enemy team, which is like Pokemon tradition, something that they do. Maybe they'll show them in the future, and I hope they're better than fucking Team Yell. That is Team Yell. I could make a whole fucking video shitting on Sword and Shield, okay? Like, I bought the game because I saw a friend playing it and he was having fun. Like, I caved into peer pressure because he wanted to battle me, but I didn't want to buy the game, so I ended up buying it. And anyways, enemy team, maybe they'll show it in the future, because they showed like a really extravagant cart all over the place. Maybe that's the enemy team, I don't know. We'll see in the future, I guess, if there is an enemy team to begin with, which I kind of hope not, because the whole fucking enemy team is kind of played out. But like, maybe they can do something cool with like Team Plasma again, or like something equivalent to that, like where they actually have a presence besides being a roadblock and annoying like Team Yell. Or the cool factor of Team Skull. I haven't played Sun and Moon, but I know they're cool. And apparently you're not just a gym trainer in this game, you're also a student, which is something that Sun and Moon, the anime, played with Ash being a student and not actually, you know, the usual setup. And I kind of hope it leads to a lot more characters in the story where you can actually like play off with them more, because they only showed two, Nimona and I forgot the other guy's name, but apparently he's a good cook. I really want to see more characters than just those two, because you're in a school setting, and what's the best part of the school setting is the fact that you get to interact with multiple different characters and multiple different personalities and get to see everything that they bring to the table. And I really hope that us being in a school setting, we can actually like learn more about our teachers, and not just the one that they showed, but more of them, the principal, like your classmates and shit like that, not just like these two that they showed. Like, I really hope they go all out with it and make everything interesting, and that they make the professors interesting as well, instead of being exposition dumps for the games, for the region's lore, like Sonia. Because I love her design, but holy fuck, would she not stop talking about the lore of the darkest day or whatever, yada yada. We'll see. I am very excited, and if it ends up being a flop, I'm gonna cry tears. Okay, I am gonna be really sad. Right now I think I'm gonna go with Violet, because yeah, the professor in Scarlet is hot, you know, it's the woman. But the legendary, is it I think it's legendary. I don't know. It's your bike, okay? You can ride a fucking bike in this game. It's a more futuristic kind of. He looks better, and he actually rides on wheels instead of on his hind legs, which is whack, because the Pokemon Scarlet has wheels, okay? And he should be riding on his wheels and not on his legs. It's pointless for him to have wheels then. What the fuck were they thinking? But yeah, right now I'm going with Violet. Maybe it'll change in the future. Who knows? Yeah, I am very excited. And maybe I'll review it when it comes out. Hopefully. Maybe my Switch hasn't died. When that happens. Who knows? So yeah. Hopefully this first video on this sort of reaction-esque series, let me know what you think about it, because like this is new. It's completely off script. As you can see, I rambled a lot about things that were completely unnecessary, but it was completely fun, and I didn't really go too crazy, at least I don't think. Let me know what you think, because I wanted to do something like this before with the initial trailers of Sonic Frontiers, but then I decided, no, I think it's best if I wait to see a little more of Sonic Frontiers before I completely shit on it. And I think it was worth waiting to see more of it. If there's more out of that, maybe I'll give it a reaction type thing too, because you know what, this kind of thing is fun. Don't expect a lot of this. It's only like for things that I'm really excited about and things that I really want to talk about. But still, let me know what you think, because like, new stuff is kind of scary, you know, but it's scary, but it's also cool, alright? So yeah, I'll just leave you with that. Thank you for hearing to my ramblings, and goodbye.